Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is that time again, it's the weekend, my favourite time where I can just sit down and make these videos for you guys to watch. We're kicking off today with a look at the calendar. We're going to be looking back at the St Johnstone result, so for anyone who's not seen that, it might be worth going back to the last episode and watching that one first. It's up on the channel now. But other than that, once again guys, welcome back. So glad you're here. I'm really enjoying making these videos, especially these Kilmarnock ones. Yeah, so we're going to firstly, like I said, look back at the St Johnstone result. Then we'll take a look at what we've got game-wise coming up in this episode. We've also got some things that probably need more explanation now that the transfer window is shutting out the way. But we'll get into that later. As you can see, first off, we did beat St Johnstone 3-1. It was a tough game in the first half, but in the second half we did manage to get our act together and we pulled out a 3-1 win. And in this episode, match-wise, as you can see, we're at home here to Hibs. That's followed by a massive game at the top of the table, an away trip to Celtic, which is not going to be easy at all. And then we finish up the games with a nice home game against Ross County to round out the episode. Now, I mentioned that things needed explaining after the transfer window closed. As you can see at the moment, it's just gone off now. We're actually sitting top of the league, which is nice. It shows there's been an improvement on the pitch for definite. But as you can see here, some fans are still not happy, due to the fact that we spent no money during the transfer window. There are reasons for this though, which we will get into later on. I can understand the frustration, of course, being manager, I would want new players in myself as well. But like I say, we will address that later. It had to be addressed because that was just a little snippet. There's a lot more unhappiness surrounding the club still at the moment, despite the fact that we are doing so well on the pitch. And talking about on the pitch, that is exactly the place that we find ourselves now as we prepare for our game at our beautiful new home against Hibs. And as usual guys, when it gets to this point, I will see you at kickoff. So guys, as you saw there, we even been at home, sticking to the basics, sticking with our 4-4-2. It served us okay so far. We've gone with our strongest lineup for this one, since there is such a big break to the Celtic game that follows. Hopefully we can get a really good performance at home, bang a few goals in. I did see in the graphic that we are actually the best defensive team in the league at the moment, which is a good thing as well, considering that we've actually already had to play Aberdeen and Rangers. So we've got something to build off, but hopefully, like I say, we can have an exciting game today. We can do well going forward and hopefully bang a few goals in. especially in front of our home supporters who are a bit disillusioned with us at the moment. We could be in straight away here. It is 1-0 already. What an absolute blinding start that is. I thought it was offside, but wait, no, it is offside. And Cameron's Waite goes on for his first goal. Oh, that was such nice football. The flick there from Cameron. The ball playing him through, I really thought that they were on. It was borderline. I thought he was on at first, but as he broke forward, then I thought maybe he is off. But the way he went off celebrating, I did legitimately think it was 1-0, and what a start that would have been. What a start it has been, really. The ball did hit the net, and yeah, we did go 1-0 up for a second. We might be in again here already. This has been a really good start, and hopefully we can continue this through the rest of the game. We are at the half an hour point during the game now, and unfortunately that lightning pace that we started with, we've not been able to maintain it. It's been a pretty end-to-end game, but not end-to-end as in exciting. Lots of shots on goal, keepers making saves, flying across to make the saves, and this, that and the other. It's been none of that. It's been what you're watching now. We've just took the ball off them on the edge of our own area, and Thomas is going on a nice little run here, to be fair. He's into the box now. He's just looking for options. There's a man at the back post, but that is as exciting as it's been getting at the moment on the pitch, guys. Like I say, when I say end to end, it has been end to end, but attacks are breaking up for both sides, either on the edge of the box or a cross will come in. Just like this one. This one didn't even make it into the box, but just like that one, and it gets headed clear, and then the other team will go down the other half of the pitch, try and do something. It'll break down or get cleared away. It's been that kind of game at the moment. Hopefully things will pick up, but yeah, at the moment there's not been a lot to show you, or not a lot to report, to be fair. So we're getting the second half kicked off now. Absolutely nothing else happened at the end of the first half. For us to improve, I feel like we need to get the ball to Mackenzie more. Obviously he's head and shoulders above the rest of our players at the moment, but we've not been able to get him into the game, nowhere around the box or involved in the build-up play or nothing. Thomas has had a decent first half. He's done what he can, really. He's powered up and down that right hand side, but without really creating too much. And speaking of Mackenzie, he rides that tackle absolutely beautifully. He's rid another one as well, and for some reason we had a glitch there, but obviously he went to slide it across the box and it's ended up in the keeper's hands. Again, ending in frustration, but it just shows that we do need to get him in the game more. As you saw from that graphic there, just underneath the scoreboard, there's been one shot for either side at the moment. It's really not been great watching. But hopefully we can improve that in this second half. We need some goals, we need the points to continue this run that we've been on. We've been in a lot more control, as you've seen in the first 5 minutes of the second half. It's not been as end to end. We're just playing it nicely around the midfield at the moment now. Just trying to get someone open is what's been really difficult. It could be the formation against the one that they're playing, because they're playing the 4-4-2 diamond that you'll have seen in the lineup, which means that they've got a shield just sitting in front of that back four, picking off any potential combinations or anything like that. If it goes on like this, oh my god, that was close. That was really close. But if it carries on like this for another 10 minutes or so, then I think I may end up changing the formation. That is a brilliant save. I thought it went just wide. Absolutely top draw save, that one. We need to get this clear now. I'm not too sure why the game's glitching, guys, at the moment. It's something that I need to look at, and another little bit of frustration there. If we could have just poked that one through, we'd have been in probably one-on-one with the keeper, to be fair. But it wasn't to be. Maybe that's what we might have to do, just invite them on a little bit more. Leave dangerously is not something I normally like doing, but oh my life, that's another brilliant save from the keeper. Yeah, just try and draw them on and try and pick them off on the counter. We almost had them from their own corner there. Fair enough, that one was straight down the middle of the goal, but it still needed saving, and the keeper was there to do just that. So again, just like the first half, we started quite well after the restart, but then they've gone and built their momentum. We could do something here though with Mackenzie. He's just got to run and run and run. He's done that. He's beat his man by just stopping and turning there, and power. And it's 1-0, guys. Just like that. I just mentioned that we might have to draw them on because we almost caught them out with their own corner. We've done exactly the same thing again this time, only this time with medic count. And probably just as they were starting to build momentum, we've scored at a really, really good time there. Mackenzie involved, just like I said. Power with another important goal. He has put some in for us so far this season already. And yeah, it's just out the reach of the keeper there. That is relief more than happiness at the moment. That's his 4th goal of the season, I think that is. He's had a really good start to the season, to be fair, Power. But God, we needed that, guys. We really, really needed that. We're having to work hard at the moment. When you just look at the league, it's like maybe things are too easy, but during the actual matches, when you're sitting here playing them, we are having to work really hard for the points we've got at the moment. Hopefully we can build on that goal now though and score again. That was one thing that I tried to do all the time when we were at Warsaw. After we got the first goal, try and go and score again and just kill the game dead. We might be able still to do that here. We're keeping nice possession. Power's done well there just to skip back in on that right foot. Mackenzie's found Dicker on the edge of the box, and we just couldn't get the turn done there with Thomas. I thought we were going to recycle it, but no. And we could be in trouble now because these have got a lot of men forward in this break here, Hibs. They're still keeping possession nicely. I think he's just onside and the keeper bails us out again. This is not us this time trying to draw them onto us. We are going to make some changes now. We're going to bring Power off. He's got his goal, just to try and shore it up with some fresh legs for a bit. We'll bring De Fabro off as well. We'll keep Bruce on because they are crossing a lot and we need to win the headers. And we're just going to try some fresh legs up front. Cameron's been pretty much, since that goal that got disallowed, he's been pretty much a passenger in this one. So yeah, he's going to come off. We're going to give someone else a chance. And hopefully off their corner, maybe we can pick them off again. We're playing it around at the back rather riskily there, to be fair. That's gone up the wing nicely. And can Mackenzie just run at them again? He can't this time. They saw it coming this time. There's a lot more men back than there were off the last corners. We did actually take a little bit longer to get up the pitch, so that could be something to do with it. And hopefully if they keep crossing like that, we'll be alright till the end of the game now. And with 5 minutes left, we have been okay at the moment. We've had to withstand a couple of counters, but we are keeping the ball a lot better at the moment now. It's got to the point where we really just need to see this out now, because it has been more difficult than I would like it to have been. We've not been able, obviously, to find that quick second goal that I wanted. But we have got Dicker running through here now. That's a nice one too. Oh, and I thought he was going to get on the end of that there. He was really, really close to doing so, but he just couldn't get there ahead of the defender. And now we have some more defending to do ourselves. If we can keep them up here, that's absolutely fine with me. And they have made a mistake there, and we've got St Clair in here. Can the sub bury it and score? He can, and he comes off the bench. He's wrapped up the game deep in injury time. That's exactly why he come on. That's why we wanted the fresh legs. And when he did get in, there was nice composure. He found that corner really well, it looked like to me. Our fans are now bouncing. It's nice to see that after the negative comments around the club again. Mackenzie was just hanging there at that back post, waiting for a deflection, maybe the ball to be slid across the box. St Clair had no more other thought in his mind. At this point in the game, he's just banged it in. That is, I believe, his first goal of the season, and that has wrapped up another 3 points for us. But again, it has been hard work to get them, and that should see us through now. It's practically the last kick of the game. We've got another clean sheet, which is good to see. and we've got a nice 2-0 win at home. We'll take that. It weren't the greatest performance again, but we're still in very, very, very early stages with this team and this club at the moment. So we'll take the points, we'll run with them, and Hibs have to go back up the road with nothing, unfortunately for them. So with Hibs out the way, you can see the table. Celtic have caught us up now, and that has put us down to second. But yeah, with the Hibs game, again, it's so hard to keep possession and dominate matches at the moment, which is quite a frightening thought with this game here coming up. I'm not thinking of playing the 4-4-2, I've got to be honest, for this one. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do yet, but what I do know is that we're not in a position where we can try and out-football Celtic at all. It's going to have to be another dogged display like it was at Rangers. Before we get into this game though, it is a big game, so we are going to do the press conference and we'll see what they've got to ask us.
We'll start with the questions now, please. Thank you.
And our season is off to a great start. Do we think we have enough depth in the team to get a Europa League spot? That would be nice. But yeah, it is only a start at the minute. There is a long way to go, as he just said, and anything can happen. So no teams managed to beat us so far. Can we keep this streak going? Right before a Celtic game, I would prefer not to really comment on that. It's going to be hard enough without firing them up. So yeah, we're going to say we're not going to entertain those head games. And do we believe that we can lose against Celtic? Well, of course we can lose. We don't want to. And yeah, we'll just hope that we can play well. Like I said, it's going to have to be a different type of display against these boys. We can't use the 4-4-2. I think they'd be more than skilled enough just to pick that apart. So we're going to have to do something different for this one. It might even be the case that we go back to what we did in the Rangers game, use the default formation and just try and be solid. That might be a good shout, but we'll see. Okay, so here we go in what is going to be an absolutely massive game, a huge game, one that's going to be really difficult. As you'll have seen in the lineups, they are playing there 4-2-3-1. We have gone back to the 4-3-3. I know it's defensive, but one, we're away from home. Two, we're playing against Celtic. There's no way that we can try and go football vs football with them. That would be stupid, and we would get absolutely picked apart, like I said before we got into this bit. So we have gone back to the solid 4-3-3. Another reason that I didn't want to play the two up top is because even though I'm persisting at the moment with Cameron in other games, he's quite a lot of the time. Oh my god, we're nearly 1-0 down already there. He's a lot of the time a passenger, and we really can't afford to have passengers in the team in this game. And that is another big save from the keeper there. Already, things to note in this match is that Celtic are moving the ball way quicker than any other side, including Rangers, has done against us in the past. And it is going to be exactly what you're seeing now for this one. We're going to have to soak up pressure, not give the ball away like we just did, but yeah, soak up pressure and try and hit them on the counter. It is literally probably the only chance we've got. We get a second bite the cherry to do it here with this one after the deflection was kind to us. It's a decent ball in for McKenzie. Can Power get in here? He can't. But that's the type of thing that we're going to have to be doing in this match, guys, and just hope for the best, really. We need our keeper to have a big game like he's been doing so far. He's had to make a couple of good saves already. But the first 15 minutes, which is the mark we're almost at, that was brilliant footwork, and Edouard has just banged one right past the keeper. Oh, that was tough. They couldn't pass their way through. We held our shape really well. But that individual brilliance with all the step overs takes the man out of the game. There's a quick pass in behind then for Edouard, and he just didn't miss. Here it is, just took the defender right out of the game. Findlay there, maybe to blame. He lost his man and then just couldn't recover. And the keeper this time, we can't blame him. He's had a really good game up to now. Just couldn't stop that one, and now we are really up against it now. What I didn't want to do going into this game, what was in my mind, was to not concede early. And that is exactly what we've just gone and done. And there could be in again here as Forrest has got in behind our left back. He's put the ball in. Keeper's got that one. It was way too close to him, to be fair. But he does get it, and his throw out was not the greatest. Thankfully Burke's recovered that really well there. And if he carries on his run, we could get round the side of them maybe here. That's a brilliantly timed pass from Power, I think it was. We've got McKenzie on the back stick. If we can find him, we do find him, and it's 1-0. Just like that, we're right back in the game so early. The fact that Burke's the one who's celebrating makes me think that maybe this is an own goal. We'll find out in a second, but the important thing is we're right back in the game now. We'll see it again here now. It's still really hard to tell from there. I think it might come off his knee as he slides in. No, he's passed it in. If he didn't, to be fair, McKenzie would have been there. But it is an own goal, and we're now, like I say, right back in this. Just like against Rangers, the game is actually following the same kind of pattern at the moment. Rangers got ahead against us. McKenzie pulled us out of it, and that game ended 1-1, I believe it was. I would take that right now against these boys, especially on their turf. It's been a really tough game at the moment. We've had hardly any of the ball at all. Forrest here has been a nightmare. He's the guy who just scored the own goal. Oh, that's a nice one too. Oh, look how quick they're moving the ball there. We do come away with it though. We get a little bit lucky there, and you've just got to run now, mate. Just absolutely just run. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what he was thinking there. That's why I went quiet, but yeah, we're back in the game at least. And Celtic seem to have gone up yet another gear since we scored that goal, and that one's gone in as well. I thought the keeper, I was just about to say the keeper's made another big save there, but even though he got his hand to it, this one has gone in, and it's that man Edouard again. And the Celtic fans once again are happy, and we are once again behind in this match. Again, Findlay there has got beaten way too easily for me, and he's having a really bad game. I might even consider subbing him off at the moment. Edouard's just having his way with him. Can we get right back into it again? McKenzie's gone straight through there. He's just got to hit this one, but Forster saves it. We saw him do that early this season. Just beat his man and leather one into the far post, but Fraser Forster there was having none of it, and we're going to have to wait. There's no immediate response. But yeah, Finley's having an absolute nightmare with Edouard at the moment. Powers running through the middle of the midfield there. He's in. It's got to be. It's not. Oh, the form that Power's been in. I thought he would have absolutely put that one away. Tries to bend it away from Forster. He just snatches at it. Really, it's really not a good shot. And Celtic still are in front, and the longer these stay in front, the harder it's going to get for us, because they keep the ball so well. Yeah, we could be in a bit of trouble here. We didn't actually fall behind again to Rangers once we got back in that one. Just showing that Celtic are still ahead of Rangers, at least in FIFA terms at the moment. Oh, I thought we were going to get through there. If we could get a goal back right before half time, that would be absolutely amazing. Going into the second half, Mackenzie has been a real plus for us again in this half. Brophy's held the ball up really well. He did it again there. Can he get Mackenzie in there? He tries, but the Celtic defenders cut it out, and once again they have the ball back. So we've reached the beginning of the second half. We are 2-1 down. Edouard has been an absolute pain in the you-know-what, and we really need to be better in this half somehow. I don't know how we're going to do it, but if we can just nick one back and try and be solid once again, that would be great. That's not going to be easy though. Celtic have absolutely controlled all of this game. We've made no changes at half time. I was really considering bringing Findlay off, but we're going to give him the second half to try and recover. Now he's had time to get his head together. Can we score here? We tried to almost walk it in there. We can't be doing that against these. But yeah, as long as we don't concede the next goal, if there is another one, which obviously I'm hoping there is, then hopefully we can just hold out against them and take a point off them. That's the plan anyway, guys. We'll see how we get on with that, because they're almost in again there at the moment. We've played that out really nicely. We've got Mackenzie now overlapping. If he can get in behind here, we might have a chance, because there's one on the back post. There's Brophy in the middle. This guy here, I cannot say his name, our left back, held his run nicely, but we couldn't do nothing with it. But it's been a positive start to the second half at least, and that's good to see. Every time that I think that we're going to be alright, it's just like they get forward so quick. That's a great little tackle there from Mackenzie. If he can hold his man off now, we could be in again. Everything, just like it did against Rangers, really has had to go through him in this game. And again, that final little piece, that little ball to give us a chance was just not there. And now here comes Celtic again. It's like a cup game at the moment. It is literally end-to-end stuff. That time Finley did really well there with Edouard, and again we're trying to counter again here with Mackenzie. This time he's popped it off. Power's got it now. He went for the 1-2, but it got cut out. Brophy has it now. We really need to get him a chance, because I feel like he'd stick one away. He's not really had a look at goal in this game at the moment. Dicker now. He had actually got quite a bit of space there in the midfield. Oh, that's a great touch from Mackenzie. And oh, the finish is even better. That is an absolute beauty of a goal. We were patient. We worked it around them really well. But that first touch of his there to take it away from the defender, the composure that he shows, that is absolutely unreal. He just waits and waits and waits. Foster finally goes down, and then when he does, just look at that. He's passed it into that far corner. That is absolutely a thing of beauty there from Mackenzie. And that is us back in what has become a really stretched game at the moment. It's so fun to be playing in this one, by the way, guys. I don't know if that comes across when we're watching it back, but I remember going in this game and the emotions were absolutely wild, which is why that I want to go to livecom, but at the moment I just don't have the room or the facilities to be able to do so. But yeah, what a game this was to playing it. As I'm watching it back, those emotions are coming back to me that I had at the time. Yeah, when Mackenzie scored that goal, I did go absolutely crazy. But we've got to be focused still at the moment, because obviously Celtic are going to be dangerous right the way up until the end. And Edward there just showing that when they do go through the gears, he's still going to be an absolute nightmare. And yeah, win back in the game once again. Can we hold on this time though, is the question. And that question is starting to look more and more like a yes at the moment, if I'm being honest, because there's not long left now and we could actually steal one here. Here's Mackenzie, this time Forster saves it. He comes out to Burke and he can't put it away. Oh, that could have been the chance, guys. That really could have been the chance to take something away, more than a point away from Celtic. That would have been absolutely immense. I'd take a point. I would have took it before the game, but my God, we had a really good chance there. We had so many men over. The Celtic are really pushing everyone forward to try and get these 3 points. And they are, as you just saw there, leaving themselves exposed when we do get the ball, but it is when we get the ball. We've got it again here now, and we're just playing it forward so quickly at the minute. We've got O'Donnell here now, who's got room. He's gone past his man there. We're into the box. Shoot. No, he didn't shoot, but he did play to Burke, and oh my God, it is 3-2 with 3 minutes left. Oh, I thought the chance was gone. I really thought the chance was gone. But we are actually 3-2 up with 3 minutes left now against Celtic. Oh, what a game this has been at the moment. I thought he fluffed his lines there as well, because it was such a scruffy shot. But now it's gone in, I don't care. I mean, look how awkward that is. But it has beat Forster. I don't think Forster was expecting that at all, because he reacted really late. I don't know why we didn't shoot with O'Donnell, but I am glad now that we didn't. So that if we can hold on now, we're going to get an absolutely mega 3 points away at Celtic. Oh, unreal this. I'm not going to cut any more of this game out at all. He's bloody Edward. He's played it to Christie. Oh, Christie's beat Finlay, and no. Really? Oh, I cannot believe that. I was on top of the world 1 minute. And then again, Finlay's got beaten for every single goal in this game so easily. The keeper was just beaten for power. Oh man, what a roller coaster this game's been. I don't believe that's just happened. I really don't. Like I just saying, I'd have took a point at the beginning of the game. I mean, this is still a really good result, but to lose the 3 points like that, oh, unbelievable. Yeah, you can see that reaction there is exactly the one that I'm feeling at the moment. Almost disgusted with the fact we've not took all the points from this game. We didn't, on the balance of play, didn't deserve it, but when we went 3-2 up with just 3 minutes left, to not come away with the 3 points from that is criminal. Absolutely criminal. But there you go, guys, and what a bloody game that was. Absolutely amazing feeling to be playing in that one. And what you're watching now is us working closely with Finlay on the training pitch, considering he was at fault for all 3 goals in my opinion during the Celtic game. So after this, we've just got the 1 match left in this episode, and that's against Ross County. But before we get into that, once this training's finished, we've just got the little matter that I was talking about earlier of why we spent no money during the transfer window, and the fact that we did actually have to address the crowd and the fans, because they were really unhappy with not having a single face come in during the transfer window, and it's rubbing them up the wrong way, because obviously we've had the new ground. As you can see, we've had the new training ground as well. But yeah, what they need to remember is that we're trying to build a club here, not just a team, and that is going to take time. It's not something that can be done overnight. Even with Warsaw, it took us 4 seasons. I think it's 4 seasons to get that team to the point that was at. But yeah, that's training done, and yeah, we'll get into these reasons why we've not spent any money now. So we started off with the press holding a conference to reach as many funds as we could that way, and in response to what we got asked by the media about the owners and why new faces come in, well, the answers are simple really. The owners are wealthy, of course, but they have spent an awful lot of money on new training facilities, on a new ground, etc. And of course there is unforeseen problems with them that also costs delays, time, which all equals more money. But what a lot of people don't know is that when I took on this contract, if you can cast your minds back to this little meeting here, I did ask this guy here, the agent of the owners, if they would spend more money on a youth academy system, because the one that we've got here is not great. It's not even open anymore, and he was willing to agree to that, but made sure that I knew perfectly clearly that would probably mean that it would eat into our transfer budget, which I was more than happy to agree to. And as you can see now, we're having to explain this on the TV as well as in a press conference. And the academy that is being built will actually be opening up in 2 seasons time. So at the beginning or the mid part of season 3 is when we can see that come into action. And now with that all explained, I'm going to leave this episode here, guys, with highlights of the Ross County game, since the episode has gone a lot longer than I thought that it would. We did play quite well in the beginning part of this one. We went 2-0 up. Was it 3-0 up? I think it was 2-0 up. They pulled it back to 2-2, and then we did actually manage to go and win the game, thankfully. Again, we had to work hard for it, and again you can see there Finley just way out of position. I'm losing so much confidence in this guy after the quick start that he had. But yeah, we'll see whether I continue to pick him or not. We made a lot of changes in this game, which I'll explain in the next episode. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, please hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.